Lekker om jou weer te hê. Lindie, gaan dit goed?
Dit gaan uitstekend, dankie Christy.
Wonderlik, goed om jou te sien. Dan ook Heinrich Grobler hier, Wellness Excellence. Heinrich, goeiemôre en baie welkom.
Goeiemôre, lekker om hier te wees.
Lekker, kan nie wag om te hoor wat jy te sê het nie. En Lindie het die geneigtheid om al die antwoorde uit jou uit te trek. Uit al die mense wat hier kom, kry sy al die antwoorde uit. So Lindie, daar gaan jy ons. Kan nie wag nie.
So, Christy, Heinrich Grobler qualified as a paramedic in 2011 and worked most of his professional career in the medical field. But 2 years ago, he did the brave thing and started his own practice called Wellness Excellence. And today I want to chat to Heinrich about what does that mean. So Heinrich, paramedic and now owner of Wellness Excellence. Before we talk about Wellness Excellence, where this fascination with health and, I mean, how did you even get started as a paramedic way back?
Yeah, thank you, Lindie. That's a very good question because, usually I didn't know how to answer that question. But well, the life started when I was small, running around with my medical aid bag. And so eventually in 2010, I enrolled as a paramedic student and then qualified in 2011. And after that, I worked in Midstream Medical Center with 5 doctors for 5 years. So that's where the love for the practice setup actually developed. And that's also where I furthered my studies in diabetes management and where I did a lot of IV infusions daily. So, so that's where everything started.
And Midstream, so by the way, is Midrand.
That's
Gauteng.
That's
you
correct.
See, all good things, oh no, now I'm on treacherous ground. But we are all imported into the Cape, right? So
No, you were about to say all good things.
I know, and then let me rather be politically correct. But I mean, speaking to another Gautenger here, feeling at home. Heinrich, I went for an IV drip therapy, I think it's now 2 years ago. And initially, I found it such a strange concept because, I mean, normally going onto an IV, you're sick, right? You know, it's like you're getting your antibiotics or whatever, and you're literally hospitalized. And here's this person giving me IV therapy and telling me it will be good for me. So I think that's now my next question. Wellness Excellence, maybe just as a starter, before we talk about IV therapy, what is it that you guys do?
So Wellness Excellence specialize in various IV infusions. Just in short, we do iron infusions, antibiotic infusions, then the whole vitamin range like you had, and then also a cluster for osteoporosis and a few more that doctors prescribe. So we are much more medically based IV infusion practice than just vitamins. So we do a lot of prescribed and referred.
That's interesting. So I go to a doctor, I've got some sort of medical condition, I'm borderline, need to be hospitalized to get the medical treatment, and then I'd rather go to you and I go and sit there, hopefully on a lazy boy.
That is 100% correct. There's a lazy boy with a coffee machine. So and then we also have got the mobile service, so especially for older patient with, let's say, for example, urinary tract infection, we can do the antibiotics at home for them and they don't need to be admitted.
That's
because we know
service.
Hospitals
Is what it is.
Is what it is. And I mean, older people to go away from their homes, it's quite traumatic for them. So we also do in the Heidelberg area, Stellenbosch, everywhere, also mobile IV infusions.
That's incredible. So how well known is this way of treating? I mean, is this a new thing?
Yeah.
Well, not IV treatments, but the idea that you can go to Heinrich and you can get your medicine through a drip, right?
Yeah, we can definitely call it new if we talk about, let's say, the last 10 years. So I actually met IV infusions at Midstream Medical Center, and that time we only had one type of IV infusion that was mixed for comrades runners, for people that just need vitality and wellness, so that was where I actually met, and that was around about 2011, so it's a little bit more than 14 years, but it is definitely quite new if we talk in that way, and it is more common to actually get businesses that actually do it.
Okay, so let's just quickly talk wellness, and just maybe we'll get to diabetes management and serious illnesses, but normal well-being. Now, and Chrissy, he says that he's interested in the well-being of his patients, motivating them to get body, mind, and spirit in sync. Now, how does what you do add to that? I mean, explain the link.
Yeah, that's actually also a very interesting question because obviously you think a medical practice, where will you get body, mind, and spirit
Exactly.
worked on? But we're so privileged to have a space because we don't take too much patients at once. So we have 2 lazy boy chairs and then a back room. So we try to keep it very personal. So that's where obviously the body comes in at the IV infusions because we give the body what it needs and what you can't absorb through tablets. And then obviously we chat with our patients. We've got 45 minutes to talk to them and hear the hearts. And we actually build so much nice relationships out of this business. And that's why I say it's not actually a business, it's a passion, because we can really invest in people and hear their stories, what they're struggling with, and also refer them to other medical practitioners if needed. So if we see somebody's lacking maybe a mental condition, struggling, we can refer them to people that can actually assist. And
You
so I
keep on
think
talking about we. Who's part of we?
Yeah, I think it's very important to say we because it is myself and my wife, Lynette, that run the practice. So we started the practice 2.5 years back together. So
Husband and wife, dynamic team. When we come back, Christy, I'd love to explore a little bit more around lifestyle and what are the benefits for going for IV therapy, and why is that a good option? So we'll be back straight after.
Ons is besig met Business Lunch with Coach Lindie, moontlik gemaak deur Venture Workspace en sy gesels met Heinrich Grobler. Lindie.
Heinrich, so you guys moved down to the Cape. You mentioned that you fell back into just as a transition period, become once again a paramedic. But then you do the bold and brave, and you did what?
Yeah, so that was actually very interesting because it was always in my blood. My father's a businessman. So I always thought, yes, I must start a business, but how are you going to do it? So I think it's very important just to share this is I did a market analysis and a business plan while I was working.
Music to my business coach ears.
Yeah, so I did that all while I was still working as a paramedic. Did my market analysis. How can it work? Can it work?
Is there a demand?
Yes.
How well will it be accepted? Where will I find my clients?
Yes, definitely. And then obviously your market structures and how you're going to market your business. And then the other thing is I built relationships before I opened the doors of the business.
Critical.
So I went to doctors. I went to
did your marketing
homes.
well in advance, establishing those relationships.
Yeah. So that was quite important. And then the other thing that I think I need to share is just if you don't have the courage to leave your current job, start working on your dream, your business while you
do the groundwork while earning a salary, and then when you're ready, pull the plug and start. But then it's almost like, Heinrich, you hit the road running.
Definitely.
So a big focus of yours, but before we get there, what are some of the real benefits and standouts of IV therapy? And why should people consider that?
Yeah, I think it's very important to split the need of IV infusions because we don't, as Wellness Excellence, we don't believe in just giving because giving is giving vitamins and any medication. So there must be a clear purpose why you're getting the IV infusions. This can be tiredness, cramps. This can be a big sport event coming up that you want to prepare for. This can be a lot of stuff. So I'll say in general, the benefits of IV infusions, you get 100% absorption because it goes straight into the vein, not like a tablet going via the GI tract. So that is a very important benefit because you need to get absorption of the
direct.
Yeah, the vitamins you're taking. And then also, like I said, for cramp relief, for tiredness, fatigue, and also for cognitive clearness because, B12 and magnesium is so important for your cognitive clear mind and then sleep as well. So it enhances better sleep as well. So I think whatever your need is,
it sounds like, a Ferrari racing on a track and they pull into the pit stops and there's that couple of seconds where everything just quickly gets checked, refueled, re-oiled, whatever they do. It sounds like that's what a busy person, similar like myself, need to do from time to time is just go in and just prep the body for the next lap.
That's 100% correct. And if you look at, the other thing is if you look at the food we eat these days, it's a lot of processed foods.
I believe so.
And not everybody has time to exercise and stuff. So we also really promote people. You can't have an IV infusion and then just be a superhero. So we really promote people and motivate people to get their lifestyle
Integrated, more balanced lifestyle.
That's correct.
Yeah, in order to perform.
That's correct.
Heinrich, you focus a lot on diabetes management. Tell me a little bit more about what do you guys offer towards diabetes management. This is now for all the listeners out there struggling with diabetes, which is, by the way, has become very common.
That's correct, yeah. There's quite a grow in diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes currently in the world, and much quicker and much faster than we thought, actually. So just to give you a little bit of background, so I did my CDE course in 2013. So since then, for 11 years, I've been working in the diabetes field, and I've got a really big passion to equip people with the tools how to manage the diabetes, because you know, there's a lot of things you get to the doctor and it's a new condition. You don't know what to do, how you're going to manage this.
Completely overwhelmed.
It's very overwhelmed. You've got a tag. You feel so separate.
And it's dangerous, right? I mean, it's serious condition. You can literally die.
Definitely, yeah. And it's so important to get the right education regarding your diabetes. So in a short, so what we focus on is more the education part.
Okay.
So that will be after you receive your script with your doctor. They will refer you to us, and then I will sit with you and work through a plan to manage your diabetes, and that meaning medication titration. If you're on insulin, just on orals as well, we'll get you on the right medication. And then also nutrition, just a simple nutrition guidelines. Because like I normally tell the people, I'm not a dietitian, I will refer you to
But you
a
do
dietitian.
work and collaborate with some really good dietitians,
That
right?
is very correct, yeah. And then we also do some exercise guidelines, how many minutes a week, aerobic, and then also strength exercises. And that also I will refer, if it's necessary. If it's a very complex case, to a biokineticist, that's also just next door. So, yeah, you use your medical providers, and it's a team approach, because the thing is, diabetes can't be managed by just a doctor, just an educator. You need a team approach to properly manage diabetes.
You know what I love about what you say, Heinrich, and I'm a firm believer that the world's become so complex and ambiguous in a way that there's really not only one solution. It's often a combination of doing a whole lot of things right that will give me eventually a good result. So it sounds like that's what you guys, that's your perspective, right?
Definitely, yeah. And I just want to continue on the full process what we're doing. So then we will obviously do a history, because a history is very important with diabetes management. You need to see where it's coming from, what's the lifestyle been like, stress, and a little bit of look. You can't treat any condition if you don't have a history. And then we also do blood glucose monitoring. So we manage let the patients actually test the blood glucose for a week, and then we can see where it is high and where it is low and what you're eating. And then also we do a foot screen, so we will do a monofilament on the foot, and also hot, cold, and we will see the sensation on your feet, because it's so important, because as we know, diabetes attacks your small nerves in your feet and your hand. That's called neuropathy, and that is important to check and manage, because if your sugar is high, you'll most probably have a problem.
Christy, it's so fascinating. Like, what I love about what you guys do, Heinrich, is it opens up possibility to empower people to take charge of their own health.
Absolutely.
And there's more than one solution, right? And I just love what you guys do. I will have to come, so by the way.
Definitely.
But we'll
more
be
than
back.
welcome.
We'll be back. He's talking me. I'm becoming a on the line, over the air, shall we say, customer.
There we go.
That's now who I am.
You're welcome.
Heinrich, I'm coming.
Fantastic. We'll be back after this. Ons besig met Business Lunch met coach Lindie, en so laaste sessie se gesels met Heinrich Grobler van Wellness Excellence. Lindie.
Heinrich, in starting a business, maybe just touching on a couple of lessons you've learned through the process of getting going.
Yeah, thank you, Lindie. I think that's very important to share that all new business owners, it's very important to share that, especially for the young people out there that think, will I be able to open a business one day? The answer is yes, you will, but I'm just going to give you a few tips that I learned during this time. So the first one is get a good accountant. That is the first step you do before you start a business, because you don't want to have a bad relationship with SARS. And then what I've learned is how the importance of networking and building relationships, and then sustaining that relationships, because we all can build relationships, but tomorrow die out. So we have to, as business owners, focus on relationship building.
Yeah, maintaining, retention, strengthening, and also adding to your network, right?
Yeah.
So, Heinrich, what advice would you give listeners listening to us in terms of IV treatment and using a professional service like yours?
Yeah, I will definitely say make sure you get a place that you're comfortable with, because it's very important that the client is in a comfortable space, or where the companies where you get your IV infusions. And then, yeah, I think just always make sure that people's medically qualified. That's very important. There's going something into your body. It's a foreign object.
Absolutely.
And it is very important to get somebody qualified and properly trained to do it. It is not just putting a needle in your arm.
It's sticking a needle in my body.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So it is very important to get somebody that can do it on the right manner, and that's trained properly.
Make me feel safe.
Yeah, definitely. And it is quite important. And I think then do your homework. And I think it's very important to tell the person that's going to do your IV infusions exactly how you feel, and get the right treatment for yourself. And yeah, just to manage.
Do you think people listening to us, I can go to my doctor and say, listen, I heard this Heinrich guy, so no, I'm not going to swallow a whole bag of pills. I want to consider going for IV therapy. How would that be accepted? Is medical practitioners out there open for the idea?
I think definitely they're open for the idea. And like I normally say, we don't replace anything.
Yes,
it's just
your
an add-on,
right?
It's an add-on to your health and your wellness at the end of the day. So definitely do not stop drinking anything your doctor gives you to drink, because there's a reason you're drinking that. This will be an added benefit to your health journey. But it is always good to say to your doctor, listen, I heard there's iron infusions available. Is it beneficial for myself to try it?
Okay.
So I think give the doctor the option, because they make the final decision at the end of the day, because you seeing them, so you're one of their patients. So
Heinrich, what are you excited about in terms of the future? What gives you hope?
Yeah, definitely what gives me hope. We live in such a beautiful country with so much opportunities, and I must say it really gives me hope to see that young people focus more on healthy lifestyles and actually start to build businesses. And I think that's so important for South Africa, for the economic state of South Africa, that young people really go forward and start businesses, and also live a healthy lifestyle, because we need a healthy lifestyle to run a business properly at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think there's an overall consciousness around health, and also the fact that it's an integrated solution. Definitely. Often it's doing a lot of things right, or small steps.
Definitely.
Okay. Now I can see you're absolutely passionate about what you do, Heinrich. So most important, where are you situated? Where do listeners find you? Where's the practice? What's the best way to get hold of you?
All right, yeah. So I think the best way to get hold of us will be our contact number. That's 074 966 1019. WhatsApp's also welcome. And then we also do have a website, www.wellnessexcellence.co.za, and also some social media pages on Facebook and Instagram. And then we are situated in Somerset West, Oran Place, Block 2, Suite 2G. So yeah, you're more than welcome to use any of that options to get hold of us. And you're also welcome to just call and ask maybe. I mean, you want to know more. It's very important to know what you're dealing with at the end of the day, so don't feel threatened to ask.
I just wanted, Christy, can I just quickly ask, of course, when it's medicine, it's covered by medical aids, right?
Yeah, the vitamin infusions, unfortunately, is not.
That's cash, but the rest is covered by most medical aids.
Okay. Stuff is covered, yeah.
Christy, thank you so much. Heinrich, it was such a pleasure chatting to you. And can I just wish you and your wife lots of blessings in this very important work that you do, and I can really see the passion for what you do and how you impact people's lives. So well done, and congratulations, and may you bloom and prosper.
Thank you very much, Lindie. It was a privilege to talk to you today, and just share the love for health at the end of the day.
As hy, dankie Lindie, ek sien vir jou weer volgende week.
Net so?
Behalwe as jy weer met vakansie gaan.
Wil jy nou daai nee, maar
kom
weet
ons
jy
los
wat?
dit.
Ek gaan nou minder moet gaan op vakansie want ek gaan nou daar by Heinrich gedraai maak en dan gaan hy nou vir my al daai boosters spuit sodat ek nou net met hierdie malpas kan aangaan na die einde van die want dit is 'n malpas nou daar buite.
Maar as jy in daai luukse stoel sit daar, dan kan ons maar
Dan kan jy-
telefonies dit doen, hoor.
Dis
Heinrich, dankie vir die inkom, baie interessant.
Baie dankie, waardeer die
Sterkte,
geleentheid.
goed gaan.